Storytime at Home, presented by the Cincinnati and Hamilton County Public Library.
Hi, I'm Miss Nicole down here at the main library, and today we're going to read a book called The Invisible Boy. The author's name is Trudy Ludwig, and the illustrator is Patrice Barton, and these illustrations are beautiful. Can you see Brian, the invisible boy? Even Miss Carlotti has trouble noticing him in her classroom. She's too busy dealing with Nathan and Sophie. Nathan has problems with what Miss Carlotti calls volume control. He uses his outside voice inside too much. And Sophie whines and complains when she doesn't get her way. Nathan and Sophie take up a lot of space. Brian doesn't. When the bell rings for recess, Micah and JT take turns choosing kids for the kickball teams. The best players get picked first. Then the best friends of the best players. Then the friends of the best friends. Only Brian is left, still waiting and hoping. JT glances in Brian's direction and just as quickly looks away. We've got enough players for each team, he tells the others. Let's play ball. In the cafeteria, Madison and her friends talk about her birthday party. The rope swing over the pool was awesome, says JT. Yeah, so was the water slide, says Fiona. That was the best pool party ever. I'm so glad you guys had fun, says Madison. Everybody did, except for Brian. He wasn't invited. At choosing time, while the other kids play board games and read, Brian sits at his table doing what he loves to do best. He draws fire-breathing dragons scaling tall buildings and space aliens locked in intergalactic battles, greedy pirates digging for treasure, and superheroes with the power to make friends wherever they go. On Monday morning, Miss Carlotti introduces Justin, a new student to the class. Brian smiles shyly at him. Some of the other kids sneak a look at Justin, trying to figure out if he's cool enough to be their friend. They haven't quite made up their minds yet. At lunch, Madison and JT watch Justin eat with chopsticks. What is that? Asks Madison as she points at Justin's food. It's bulgogi. What? Bulgogi. It's Korean, barbecued beef. My grandma made it for me. It's really good. Do you want to try some? There's no way I'd eat boogergi. And the kids all laugh. All of them, that is, except for Brian. He sits there wondering which is worse, being laughed at or feeling invisible. The next day, when Justin goes to his cubby to put away his backpack, he notices a piece of paper with his name on it. Justin, I thought the bulgogi looked good. Brian, yum. At morning recess, Brian finds a piece of chalk on the ground and starts drawing right away. You're Brian, right? Yeah. Thanks for the note. Hey, Justin, Emilio calls out from the tetherball court. You're up next. Sorry, I gotta go, says Justin. By the way, that's a really cool drawing, he adds before taking off. Back in class, Miss Carlotti asked the kids to team up in twos for threes for a special project. The kids scurry around the room to pair off. Brian heads towards Justin. I'm already with Justin, says Emilio. Find somebody else. Brian looks at the floor, wishing he could draw a hole right there to swallow him up. Miss Carlotti said we could have up to 3 people in our group. We're only 2. Come on, Emilio. Let him work with us. Okay, I guess. Miss Carlotti gives the class directions for the project. Your assignment is to work together to write a story about what you see in the photograph. Use your imagination. It's fun. Whoa, cool, says Emilio. What kind of people do you think live in houses like that? I don't know, but I bet Brian could draw them to go with our story, says Justin. Brian smiles as he takes out his lucky pen. The crooked story we made up on the spot. It's lunchtime again, Brian's least favorite part of the day. Another 20 long minutes of kids talking and laughing with everyone else but him. "Brian," he hears someone shout. "Hey, Brian, over here." Brian turns and sees Justin waving over at him. Emilio nods at Brian as he makes room for him at the table. "Cookie?" "Thanks." Maybe, just maybe, Brian's not so invisible after all. The end. Wasn't that a sweet book about an invisible boy and learning how to make friends and new friends? How do you make new friends? Is there someone that you know that maybe is a little shy, that maybe is afraid to talk to kids? Maybe you could help them along like they helped Brian? Here's some different ways that you can think about making new friends. You can learn a new joke, like, how about, what do cats eat for breakfast? Rice Krispies? So that would be a cute way of, asking a kid if he wants to know a new joke, and you can show it to him. You can always just introduce yourself like we do, saying my name, what's your name, and you're always going to do it with a smile on your face. Great places to meet your friends is at the park, right? Do you like the swings? Do you like the slide the best? Do you like the monkey bars, the jungle gym, whichever one, right? Look at what other kids are interested in. If you know that another kid loves Pokemon and you have Pokemon cards, that's a great way to talk to another kid. There's always the best playing a game. Everybody loves a good competition, right? So that's a fun way to meet friends. And then if you're still a little shy like Brian was, think about what if. What if this person becomes my best friend for the rest of my life? Or what if, they just really become someone special to you? And what's the worst thing that could happen? They could just say, "Oh no, I'm playing with them now." So nothing's a big deal, and it's always good to make new friends. That was a great little project we worked on, and I bet you did a great job at home. So thanks for listening, and have a good night.
Get free books in the mail. Sign up today. Go to Ohio Imagination Library.org to find out more.